Welcome to Business Ambassadors. I'm Christian Tombers, owner of Charlie Tango Productions, and today I'm with Marty Lindell. Marty is here today to represent KidZone. She is the business administrator for KidZone here in Noblesville. Welcome, Marty.
Thank you.
And Marty, tell us a little about what KidZone is all about. Sounds like a fun place.
It is a fun place. It is a small private daycare ministry. It is a state-approved facility, and we have about 56 children enrolled in our daycare ministry there. About 56 children ages 6 weeks to kindergarten age. So we have, right now currently we're caring for about 8 different infants. We have 2 infant rooms, so we're caring for our infants, and we have 2 rooms of 1-year-olds who are transitioning. Some are transitioning into 2-year-old rooms. And then because we're on the same school year calendar as the regular schools, some of these children will transition at the end of June and July into their next age group. So we have 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and 4-year-olds. And they are little pistols. It's so much fun to see them wandering around and playing, but it is an educational program. We have an educational curriculum that we follow. So our mission is really to develop these little minds, to make them ready for school when they enter kindergarten. We have a lot of working parents who bring their infants and young toddlers to us and trust us with their care. And we have 20 staff who care for these children. So our ratios are well within the state-approved guidelines. And it is really a fun place. We have a lot of activities for the kids. You know, you have to keep them motivated, keep them moving with activities and things. But it's also very structured. We have every hour of the day is pretty much structured. So children know what to expect. The teachers then know what to expect as well.
Can you give us an example of some of the fun things the kids get to do and some of the educational things they get to do?
Well, we do a lot of programs involving, you know, the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic, but we have an approved curriculum we follow. Just before the Indy 500, we had in our big parking lot, all the kids brought their bikes and their big wheels and whatever they wanted, and we had a little mini Indy 500, and that was a lot of fun. Kids really enjoyed that. They have a lot of outside playtime when the weather is good, where they can play games. When it's not so good outside, then we have a lot of other activities. They can watch movies that we put up for them. They can do board games, puzzles, things of that nature. Anything that's stimulating for their minds where they have to really do some thinking about what it is they're doing. And of course, one of children.
Okay. Well, you just answered my next time. Do they have to pick them up by?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're fully staffed up. But it's a great opportunity. We're right off of State Road 37 and Greenfield Road, which makes it very convenient for people who may be going east to Hamilton Town Center to work there, or going into the city to work. They can take 37, which is Benford. So it's a convenient location off of Greenfield Road.
Okay. How does KidZone fees compare to other daycare services here in town?
Well, because we're a child care ministry and we're a nonprofit 501c3 operating, the fees are a little bit less than regular retail for-profit daycare. I would say significantly lower, but that doesn't mean we offer any lower in quality. Our teachers are all certified, educated, backgrounds in early childhood development and education. So there's not a lesser quality, but we understand being a nonprofit, you know, we have some advantages from our tax exempt status. So we can offer a little bit lower rate because we have an opportunity to write grants to get funding. So we can offer a little bit lower rates. I think we're probably one of the lowest in Hamilton County for the cost of daycare. I would say our average daycare in our infant room, I think our tuition right now is $210 a week. And about, as the ages go up, it requires less supervision.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say our most expensive daycare right now is $210 a week for an infant, 6 weeks to 11 months of age.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about that in terms of motherhood, a mother who's staying home, that's what children is to have somebody who's going to nurture their children, to be there for every little whim that a child has. But we also have a structured discipline, so children are very gently disciplined with love. We use timeouts and redirect behavior and things of that nature. So it's pretty much like any other daycare.
No rulers on the knuckles, huh?
No corporal punishment.
Okay.
No, that went out years ago. So
All right.
no boards of education on the bottoms. No, we don't use any of those. So
Okay. So the fee structure is all inclusive. There's no other cost involved. Food and everything is included.
it's all inclusive.
Okay, so it's an all-inclusive resort for children.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know a little bit about the history, how it got started, who started it? Is it faith-based?
It is faith-based. It was started about 19 years ago, so we've been in operation for about 19 years. We are affiliated with United Pentecostal Church International. That's our religious affiliation. However, having said that, that's where our nonprofit is affiliated, but we don't have any requirements of our families to necessarily attend the United Pentecostal Church or be affiliated with any church. But part of our curriculum does include some biblical curriculum. So we are trying to teach some good moral values, some good social skills to these children so that they can become good citizens. They learn the golden rule, the ABCs of good character, things of that nature. So some of our curriculum is based on biblical principles.
Okay. What are the future plans? How many openings do you have for what age groups at this point in time?
We do have a waiting list right
for our
now,
audience?
so we're completely full. But we have, it seems the biggest need right now is infant working mothers going back to work, need care for their infants or young children between 6 weeks to 11 months. And even into that next age group from 12 months to 2, there are a lot of toddlers. So we do have a waiting list in both of those categories right now. We will have some openings when this school year starts because our 4-year-olds are now transitioning into kindergarten. So we will have some openings for the 4-year-olds, and we'll have probably a few openings in the 3-year-old rooms as well because they're moving up to the 4-year-old room.
Do you have graduation ceremonies?
We do actually have a little graduation ceremony, and we give them all a little certificate, and yeah, you have
Sounds
to do
like fun.
that.
Yeah.
It is fun. Yeah,
Awesome.
it is.
Any fun stories or situations that you know of that occur there?
I haven't really heard any lately, but I will tell you what Art Linkletter said years ago, kids say the darndest things, and it is so true even today because these little kids, they're having so much fun, but they come up with some of the funniest little sayings, that things that they don't quite understand yet that have to be explained to them. But they're these children today that are growing up with modern technology, they're smarter than the kids were in my generation. So they're exposed to a lot more, and they're familiar with a lot more than we were as children. But what we try to do is make sure that they still get that playtime, which is very important for their development, so that they can figure out how things work themselves. And when they're out on the playground in the afternoon, when the weather is good, they're just being socially active. They're learning how to play together, how to be nice to one another, how to be kind and help one another. So those are all really important social skills they need to learn anyway, even if they were at home.
So these children, they actually have to keep their cell phones turned off until their parents pick them up?
Yes, if they come in with cell phones, we ask them to turn them off. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like kids now, younger and younger, are having cell phones.
Well, I don't doubt that some of these 3 and 4-year-olds could actually call 911 on a cell phone if they had to.
Yeah.
Because they've already learned how their parents do it, and when they pick up a cell phone, they really kind of know how to turn it on and how to make calls.
Yeah, when I was that age, I had to leave my phone at home because the cord wasn't long enough.
Yeah. Well, so far they're not calling their moms and dads to come pick them up, so that's a good thing.
Okay, very good. And do you have any special events throughout the year, holiday events or
We do,
celebrations?
yeah. With holidays coming up, we always have some special events for the children. We kind of follow the school curriculum. You know, whatever special events are going on at schools, we try to encourage that, and we try to kind of piggyback off of it. But definitely, we'll be celebrating holidays just like the schools do. We take the same usually breaks that the schools do for spring break, fall break, and summer break. We actually have our summer day camp going on right now, which is a great bargain for anyone who has older children, but it's for any child from age 2 to 10. From now until the end of July, until school starts, parents can bring their children to summer day camp for only $150 a week, which I think is a really good, for 5 days of supervision is a good thing. So that's going on during the summer.
And who would they contact in order to, to enroll their children into the program?
Well, Tasha Denton is our director, and she will take any calls for people who want to enroll. She can answer all their questions. We do require that anyone who's interested in childcare, they must come and tour our facility. We want them to feel comfortable with us, to see where their children actually will be learning in the classrooms, and where they'll be eating in our cafeteria, where they'll be playing outside. So we do require that they come and tour. They can fill out an application, go on a waiting list if the room is full. So Tasha would be able to take care of any questions that they might have and do that tour for them.
Okay, and Tasha's contact number? Is it on the screen?
It's on the screen
Okay.
there, 773-4650. She is there most every day of the week except Wednesdays. That's her day off, and so I usually cover that day for her.
Okay.
But yeah, that is, we do have an application and an orientation that the parents go through so that we can make sure they have all of their questions answered.
Okay. And the summer camp is at the same rates as the regular school, or is
It's $150 a week for 5 days. If we have enough children every single day, we'll run summer camp every single day.
Okay.
But there have been some days when we didn't have a full enrollment, so.
What are some of the summer activities? Are they different from the regular school curriculum? I can't even say curriculum.
School curriculum?
Yeah, there you go.
They really vary. I haven't really seen the curriculum for the summer camp, but I know that they do keep them busy. And so I think summer camp runs a little bit later. It's not from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It runs maybe from 9 a.m. till about 4 p.m.
Okay.
So it's a shorter, abbreviated day for them. But they do keep them busy with all kinds of activities. They get to draw, and they get to, read, of course, do puzzles. They get to watch movies. Anything that the teacher really, they do have some other specific activities, but I'm not really privy to those activities.
And how did you get involved and started with the group yourself?
I was I actually came in as a consultant to the business. Once I was in there as a consultant to the business, I was offered the position to actually become the business administrator. So we're kind of looking at the business from a restructuring standpoint. To increase our enrollment, we definitely want to grow our enrollment. A lot of people don't know that we've been around for 19 years. There hasn't been any real promotion of Kids Zone. And when people hear the name Kids Zone, they think maybe it's like a bounce house or a playhouse or something of that nature.
Right.
They don't realize that it's actually an educational facility where we are actually teaching kids good skills and their education. So we're just kind of looking at the business from that business standpoint and seeing what can we do to improve our bottom line, improve our enrollments, and deliver quality child care here in the community at a very affordable price to the parents who need it.
Okay. I know you mentioned it earlier. Could you repeat again how to find the location of Kids Zone?
Okay. We are located off of Greenfield Avenue, just as you're going east on Greenfield Avenue. Approaching State Road 37, we are on the east side of Greenfield. It's a big block square building. Legacy Church is also in that building on the weekends.
Okay.
Daycare is in that building exclusively during the week, and then the church Legacy Church is there on the weekends. So a lot of people are familiar with the building because you can see it from State Road 37 as you're going south, but they didn't really know that it was a daycare because we don't have a sign out on 37.
Okay. And does Kids Zone have a website also?
Yes, we do have a website. It's kidzonoblesville.com.
KidZoneNoblesville.com. Very simple. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add,
We
Marty?
also have a Facebook page.
Oh, Facebook too. Okay,
So you
good.
can see all of our activities and things that we're doing in the school on Facebook as well.
All right, great. So everybody checked. Her name is Tasha
Tasha Denton.
and see if they can be of service to you and your children and your family.
Great.
And I thank you for being here today,
You're
Marty.
welcome.
Thank you
Enjoyed
very
it.
much. All
Thank
right.
you.
Appreciate it.